just 5 months, PUMA put the Future 4.1 to rest and updated their flagship model once again to learn from the earlier generations and make it more agile. A future improved by the past. This is the new Future 5.1.
Before I tell you if this is the best future yet though, let me point out how much it looks like candy. Seriously. And while I'm not a fan of this particular design myself, I like sweets, so let me do like 50 Cent and take you to the candy shop.
So while I use the boot design as an excuse to do another review where I stuff my face, let's take a look at how the new upper affects the feel of the 5.1.
Naturally, NETFIT is still a key component, but it takes a bit more of a sidekick role this year, as PUMA opted to completely scrap this mega stiff 3D lava lamp construction on the previous upper and instead focused on making a fully knitted upper. Now that means that we're talking serious softness here. It's not necessarily toffee soft that takes a bit of chewing to soften up, no. We are talking gummy bear soft. I mean, it's flexible from the get-go and gives you this outstanding personal, fussy and really rich softness as it gently wraps and encompasses your entire foot. And it is, without argument, one of the most comfortable boots out there. That obviously left me a little worried because an upper this soft doesn't usually scream responsiveness, but thankfully NETFIT is here to take care of exactly that. Now once again this year it's been engineered with the little holes going straight into the knitted upper and being a part of the upper itself. And while you do also once again have fewer lace holes compared to last year, it still allows you to make a lacing system exactly how you wanted. And if you do it right, you can still manage to hold your foot in and lock it down even more securely than this toffee is gonna stick my teeth together. Which is quite a lot.
I then spent the next few minutes chewing through the candy store, and if the visit had added a few pounds here and there, the future would accommodate too.
Because as always, the future is very wide and very roomy and a bit of a dream for wide-footed people. So if you constantly find that other boots are too tight or too narrow, the 5.1 might just be the answer, and a bit of an eye-opener. Now for people like myself with relatively skinny feet, the width might be a disadvantage though, which I'll get back to later.
No matter your foot shape though, the biggest difference comes around touch.
Because with a new sticky coating, the future is back from feeling bulky and slightly disconnected from the ball to actually being a right treat to both dribble and shoot with. It's got this really grippy and almost wax-like sensation on the toe that made me think of a thicker Hypervenom 1, and that's an amazing feeling when you want to dribble. And because it has a large and clean striking surface, both shooting and passing feels very free and natural and uninterrupted. So the Future has this perfect balance of grip where it feels enough without being too much, and it gives me confidence on the ball, which was one of the things that made the Future 18.1 so amazing, and the same goes for the 5.1. Then of course, there is the tooling, which is the same rapid agility outsole we've seen on the previous 4 generations, and just like on those, it does the job well on both FG and AG. And that's it.
It's not all gummy bears and cotton candy though, because the Future 5.1 has some sour drops in between as well.
Because like I said earlier, this is a very wide boot, and if your foot is wider than the Pacific Ocean, I mean, that's totally cool. But if it's not, well, the Future 5.1 does have a tendency to feel a little bit chunky and maybe not as nimble as you'd like, because being honest, there's just a whole lot of boot here. And seriously, PUMA, stop taking away the NETFIT holes every single year, because the genius with the whole system is having options. So taking the options away from us is not the way forward in the future, for the future.
In the end though, the Future 5.1 will make you feel like a kid in a candy store if you like comfort. Let's be honest, who doesn't? and it's a major improvement over the last generation. It gives you something no other boot will for €200. And for me, it's on par with the first generation as the best future yet.
Of course, you all know where to go if you want to cop a pair, but before you go and buy the Future 5.1, don't forget to make sure you've subscribed to the channel with the bell notifications button on, and then maybe also slide down to the playlist right down there if you want to learn how to improve as a footballer, and then get some wicked skills in your locker to impress everyone when you rock out in your new Future 5.1s. And with that said, guys, I'm going back to the future. I'm Jay, signing off. Cheerio.